Good day. These are the headlines from the Philippine News Agency. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. vows to bring justice to the victims of the bombing at the Mindanao State University on Sunday. Meanwhile, the United States has joined calls condemning the bombing that killed 4 people and injured dozens. Pope Francis prays that the victims in Marawi be granted strength to turn away from violence. More on this from Bench Bondo.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. assured residents of Marawi City that security has been intensified across the Mindanao State University campus and nearby areas after a bombing incident that occurred in the university on Sunday. 4 people were killed while 45 others were wounded after a blast occurred at around 7:30 a.m. while a mass was being celebrated at the university gym, which was attended by students and teachers. The president called the bombing the latest assault on peace and vowed to bring the perpetrators to justice. He said the government is working closely with the regional government of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao and the concerned local government units. Vice President Sara Duterte, meanwhile, called for restraint, especially among Mindanaoans, as authorities investigate the case. She also deplored the attack and called it a cowardly act against civilians. Presidential Advisor on Peace, Reconciliation and Unity, Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr. also said this barbaric act has no room in a humane, civilized, and peaceful society. He said they are coordinating with BARM authorities for the assistance they could provide for the victims and their families. The United States has condemned what it called the horrific terrorist attack at the MSU campus. In a statement issued today, the State Department mourns for those killed, adding their thoughts are with the injured. It said the U.S. is in contact with its Philippine partners and stands with Filipinos in rejecting this act of violence. Meanwhile, Pope Francis expressed sympathies to the victims of the bombing at MSU. In a message relayed to Marawi Bishop Edwin de la Peña through the Vatican Secretary of State, Cardinal Pietro Parolin, the Pope prayed for healing and consolation upon the injured and bereaved. He also prayed that they have the strength to turn away from violence and overcome every evil with good. In a separate message on X, or formerly Twitter, the Pope also said he is spiritually close to the families and the people of Mindanao. For Pna Headlines, I am Bench Bondo.
Police have identified more than 2 persons of interest in the bombing attack in the Mindanao State University in Marawi City. Bangsamoro Police Regional Office Chief Brigadier General Alan Nobleza said one of these persons of interest points to the involvement of local terrorist groups. A special investigation task group has been created to focus on and expedite the investigation. This came as the Islamic State group issued a statement claiming responsibility for the attack. In a message on Telegram, the group said its members detonated a bomb during the mass held at the MSU Dimaporo Gymnasium. Earlier, Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro Jr. said there are strong indications that certain foreign element could be involved with the bombing attack. AFP Chief General Romeo Browner Jr. said they are investigating whether the bombing was related to any recent attacks in other areas in western Mindanao. Browner said the MSU bombing could be a retaliatory attack of terrorist groups following numerous operations by government troops that led to the death of several leaders. Browner said all of their units in Mindanao are on red alert status, while the National Capital Region has been placed on high alert. PNP Chief of Directorial Staff Lieutenant General Emmanuel Peralta said post-blast investigations have resulted in the collection of 60mm mortar fragments coming from the improvised explosive device used in the attack. Local government units in Mindanao have mobilized to assist their residents studying at the Mindanao State University in Marawi City affected by the bombing. Misamis Occidental Governor Henry Uwamenal Sr. has prepared 2 buses to mobilize transportation to evacuate students. Cagayan de Oro City Mayor Rolando Uy tasked its City Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office to dispatch a team to get students bound for the city and nearby towns. At least 60 students returned to Iligan City through the help of its CDRRMO as ordered by Mayor Frederick Xiao. Mayor Limuel Mayric Acosta of Oroquieta City, Misamis Occidental also said about 42 students are expected to be brought home. Authorities from the municipalities of Wao, Lanao del Sur, and Gingoog City, Misamis Oriental are also coordinating with students wishing to return home. In the MSU campus, faculty, staff, and students prepared food for those who remained in their dormitories. Business owners also offered food to students, while residents invited them to take temporary shelter in their homes. Marawi City Mayor Majul Gandamra said the incident should not be allowed to undermine peace, unity, and harmony in the city. Two earthquakes with magnitudes of 6.8 and 5.6 struck near the municipality of Caguait in Surigao del Sur this morning. According to the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, or PHIVOLCS, the magnitude 6.8 quake hit 67 kilometers northeast of Caguait at 3:49 a.m. with a depth of 1 kilometer. PHIVOLCS Director Teresito Baculco clarified that this tremor is not an aftershock of the magnitude 7.4 offshore earthquake that shook Hinatuan, Surigao del Sur late Saturday. However, Baculco mentioned that both earthquakes originated from the movement along the Philippine Trench. Intensity 5 was felt in Caguait, while Intensity 4 was reported in Tarragona, Davao Oriental, and the city of Tandag, Surigao del Sur. Intensity 3 was experienced in Iligan City, Cagayan de Oro City, Banay-Banay, Lupon, and Mati City, Davao Oriental. PHIVOLCS said they do not expect significant damage from the magnitude 6.8 earthquake. Meanwhile, PHIVOLCS recorded another earthquake of magnitude 5.6, 93 kilometers southeast of Caguait at 5:43 a.m. with a depth of 10 kilometers. It has also recorded a total of 1,692 aftershocks since the magnitude 7.4 earthquake struck off the coast of Hinatuan, Surigao del Sur over the weekend. House Speaker Martin Romualdez said the House of Representatives is actively collaborating with other government agencies to ensure swift and comprehensive aid to the people of Surigao del Sur. In a statement, he said they are prepared to mobilize resources and pass urgent measures that can aid in the recovery and rebuilding efforts. The Philippines has secured a spot among the top 5 most attractive emerging markets for power sector investments, as revealed in the 2023 report by BloombergNEF Climate. In its report, Bloomberg highlighted the country's impressive leap, advancing 6 places to claim the number 4 position in 2023, with India, China, and Chile leading the rankings. The report underscored the Philippines' significant strides in transitioning to renewable energy over the last 2 years, propelling the market into Climate Scope's top tier and securing the number 4 spot. Department of Energy Assistant Secretary Maylene Capungcol attributed this ranking to the cohesive governmental strategy, citing a range of synergies and diverse policies and programs implemented under President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s administration. She said the comprehensive approach in executing energy policies underscored the significance of various synergies within these strategies. In its report, the DO said that as of 2022, renewable energy constitutes 29% of installed capacity and 22% of gross power generation in the country. The Energy Department targets a 35% share of renewable energy in the power generation mix by 2030, escalating to 50% by 2040. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, Please visit our website pna.gov.ph or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The PNA Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the PNA Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account, via the News and the Information Bureau website, nib.gov.ph, under PNA News, or on the Facebook page of the Presidential Communications Office, or PCO. It's 21 days before Christmas. I am Marita Muay, and this is the PNA Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.